To quickly summarize, local Tucson station KOLD received another message purportedly from Ms. Guthrie's captors. And another Tucson station called KGUN, is reporting now that the original ransom note received last week demanded $1 million by last Thursday, and the price went up to $6 million by 5 p.m. this evening. The threat, either implicit or explicit, no one's sharing exactly what else the note said, is that if they don't get this $6 million by 5 p.m. tonight, Nancy Guthrie will be killed, because their original note that had the $1 and $6 million demands, we are told, said she was okay, said they had her. Now, there's still no confirmation that whoever's writing these messages has or has ever had possession of Nancy Guthrie. None whatsoever. There's been no proof of life or even captivity. None. Notwithstanding that, Savannah and her siblings, Annie and Cameron, did put out a new video Saturday night, which we now know was in response to the second note, the contents of which no one's really sharing. I mean, it didn't go out. The first one went to TMZ and two others. The second note, which we know virtually nothing about, went only to the one station. And it said virtually nothing. I mean, not that it said virtually nothing. We know virtually nothing about what it said, other than it tried to convince the media and ultimately the Guthries that it was being written by the same person who wrote the first note, which was a ransom note. We're told that note number 2 wasn't technically a ransom note. But again, we know almost nothing else about it. But we are now being told that this video I'm about to show you from the 3 siblings was a direct response to note number 2. Watch.
We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
I think we cut off the first line of that, where she said, we heard you and we understand. In her note, she made clear that they had received the second note. Though again, they're not sending these to the family. They're sending them to the media. We're going to break down what's to glean from that with our law enforcement analyst later in the show. It's very interesting. She used the word celebrate with her. I mean, I think any Christian knows that's, in this context, could very well be a reference to a celebration of life that you might have after someone has passed. The whole tone of it sounded to me more like an acceptance that perhaps their mom is gone and that they will pay to receive her remains. That's just my own take on it. I could be totally wrong on that, but so we can celebrate with her. I mean, it's such an odd word if they're really like, no one thinks that if Nancy Guthrie is returned, there's going to be a massive celebration. We're going to celebrate. I mean, like that's clearly not what she meant. The graveness of her manner and that of her brother and sister, I mean, completely appropriately grave in that message and in their look and their tone and in what they said, to me was telegraphing, we know she's no longer alive, but we want her back. We want her remains. We want to give her a proper burial. We want to have a celebration of life. That's how I read it, but we'll ask our experts in just a bit. Over the weekend on Friday, there was a lot of activity in this case. On Friday night, authorities took possession of Nancy's blue Subaru from her garage. Very strange that it was still sitting in there. It's like the FBI got on scene last, Tuesday, and started to say, have we done a thorough search for all the evidence? Why is the victim's car still sitting in the garage? Well, she didn't drive it. Well, how do you know that? Was she possibly stored in the car for some period of time when she was a captive? Maybe they considered removing her from her garage with her own car. Who knows? I'm sure somebody got on scene and said, seems like something we might want to search for clues. And now they have. They've seized the car. Investigators reportedly also investigating a nearby Circle K convenience store in relation to either a person or vehicle of interest. Now, we had the locals, the workers at that Circle K speak to the media and say, yeah, law enforcement came by here and they wanted to know about a person who came by here, and we showed them a videotape and they took it. Now, I mean, again, the law enforcement's coming out saying there's no person of interest, there's no vehicle of interest, there's nothing. Now, we know they're lying to us, okay? Like, they're lying. Or they're using those terms as terms of art. Person of interest, vehicle of interest, suspect, like official suspect. We know that's not true. I mean, they are looking at various people and vehicles behind the scene. They've impounded in evidence Annie Guthrie's vehicle, now Nancy Guthrie's vehicle, and they're asking about a suspicious vehicle at the Circle K and seizing surveillance tape of it. They're just not going to tell us. So that's fine. They got to play their game. And I'm sorry, but the media is in a different game. We're in the we get to the bottom of it and find truth game. And I understand they don't want to tell us everything. That's fine. That's how it is in every case, until they do want to use us. And then they start leaking to us. We're not at that stage yet. Saturday, we saw that new Savannah tape that we just played for you. Plus, the investigators were seen at Savannah's sister Annie's home until 10:30 p.m. local time. Reports were that they spent some 3 hours inside the home. Now, why would they go there in the evening when it's mostly dark? I mean, it's all dark, 7:30 to 10:30 this time of year, rather than going during the day when it's easier to see. You're going to get caught by the press either way. The press is camped out there. They're not leaving. Could be they just got a tip that evening. But photography flashes could be seen by reporters who were outside the residence, as they have been. And law enforcement knew they'd be there. Yesterday, we saw law enforcement conduct a grid search and look into what appeared to be a manhole near Nancy's home. Like a large, picture a manhole removed, and then you just see this perfect circular opening into the earth. And there's been some debate about whether it was a septic tank, although the man putting materials down there wasn't wearing any sort of a hazmat outfit, which those who understand how this is done speculated meant this was not a septic tank, because he wouldn't have been doing that without any sort of mask or gloves or protective gear on, given the nature of a septic tank. So it could have just been a water tank. They're not on the main sewage line, we are told, in this development. So we're just not sure, but he stuck some pipes down there and possibly a metal detector. There's reports that he stuck a metal detector down there. And all you can think about is the poor family, because, I mean, it's like maybe he was looking for a weapon. And of course, one has to consider maybe he was looking for the victim. And the family has to sit there at home. I'm sure they're watching TV. I mean, could you not? If this were your loved one, could you not? And having to hold your breath and wonder exactly what might be down there and what they were going to find. It appeared to be nothing, though that's unconfirmed. But nothing was seen, getting pulled out of that hole in the earth. International disputes, inflation, rising national debt, digital currency. There's a never-ending list of reasons gold has risen over 700% in the last 20 years. And a never-ending list of reasons smart Americans diversify a portion of their savings into precious metals with Birch Gold Group. Gold can thrive during uncertainty, which is why it's a crucial part of a balanced strategy. It gives you peace of mind, given all the events that could impact the U.S. economy. See if holding gold in a tax-sheltered retirement account is right for you. Birch Gold can help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold. Just text MK to the number 989898 to receive your free info kit on gold. There's no obligation, just useful information. With an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and tens of thousands of happy customers, consider letting Birch Gold help you diversify with gold, so you too can have peace of mind regardless of the uncertainty. Text MK to 989898. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.